On June 28, 1914, the Austrian Crown Prince was murdered in the Balkan states. There was no radio then to announce the news, but millions of Canadians learned that this murder led to political matters, which started World War I. In August of 1914, the British declared war against Germany. Although there was no draft, Canadians were called into service to join the British. Recruiting drives were organized to bring men in, as reinforcements soon became necessary in France. The first group to leave this area on August 24, 1914, was the 21st Essex Fusiliers. Many thought of joining the forces as a chance to travel, but when the real conditions on the front became known, it was no longer such an adventure. To encourage further enlisting, a kilted regiment was formed, and together with a kilted unit from Kent, they became the Essex and Kent Scottish.
When the war started, let's see.
Can you remember the First World War?
I remember the First World War a little bit. In fact, I remember when the Titanic sank. That was, 1912? I was only 6 years old when the Titanic sank. And of course, I remember it on account of my parents talking about it, about the terrible loss of life and so on. And then in 1914, the First World War started. I was 8 years old. And I remember the boys going down to enlist. In fact, our family doctor, Dr. H.R. Casgrave, he went over with the medical unit from Windsor. And the members of the old Essex Fusiliers, that's what they were called in those days. That was our militia here in Windsor. They pretty well joined up. And they went over in 1914 and saw action soon after the war started. And now they're called the Originals. You've heard of them. I guess there's maybe only 2 or 3 of them still alive. But they were called the Originals in those days, or later on. And then I was older, of course, when the States came into the war. They didn't come in until 1917 or 1916, I guess. And then the United States troop trains start coming through Windsor. And I know they'd come across on the car ferries. There was no tunnel or bridge, of course. And these troop trains would come across the car ferries, and they used to assemble them down here in the CNR yards. And they wouldn't allow the soldiers to get off the trains to go up to the restaurants to get anything to eat. Some of them, I guess, hadn't been fed for hours. They were hungry, So us kids used to go down to the depot there, CNR depot, and the soldiers would call us over to the trains and hand us money, 50 cents or whatever it was. And that was a lot of money in those days. They'd hand you money anyway, and they'd ask you to go up and get them a hamburger or something, or a piece of pie, and a cup of coffee, and so there used to be a lot of kids go down there and do that. And then when they'd take the hamburgers or whatever it was back to the trains with the soldiers, sometimes the trains had shunted, and the guy who gave you the money was 4 or 5 blocks down the track, see, and you had to walk along the trains trying to find it. And he had to remember you. Sometimes it was quite a job. But this went on for 1917, 1918, until the war ended.
Enlisted as a volunteer and went to France. I have 2 days that I recall in my experience in the Army. One is February 28th, when I enlisted on my 21st birthday, and the other one is October 31st, the day we sailed from Halifax. I was in the stretcher section in Halifax, and I was assigned to the hospital department. And the first thing we had to do was close the portholes. Close all the portholes because you have to have, we were in a convoy and the German submarines were searching the Atlantic, as they were for all the troops. There was about 5,000 in this convoy. So I got 3 portholes closed, and there was a bed right near the last one, and I rolled into the bed, and I never got out of the bed when we landed in Liverpool 8 days later. But anyhow, the February 28th, the day I enlisted, we had marched from a camp in Seaford, Sussex, to Folkestone, 23 miles away. And it was on a Saturday, and Sunday we always went to church. There was always church there, but they didn't have any time to organize anything. So I thought, well, I'll go downtown and go to Mass. I got down in Folkestone, I found a church. The service wasn't until another hour, so I thought I'd walk around and take a look at the town, planned the day before. So I ran across a couple of military police with bands on their arms, and they said, what are you doing down here, soldier? Why? I said, I just walking around. You got a pass? I said, no. You're out here without a pass? I said, you're absolutely without leave? And I said, well, not exactly, I said. Well, he says, you haven't got a pass, you're absolutely without leave. Boss, I just come down to go to church. I said, I'm going right back to camp. Come with us. I kind of ran back to camp and Fanny wife took all my money, my jewelry. I had to spend my second anniversary in the clink. However, I was up before the colonel the next morning. He let me off because my sergeant major said, this fellow's never been in trouble. He didn't do anything intentionally wrong. So please don't give him the crime. So I got off. Then the 31st of October, the next anniversary of the sailing from Halifax, we were in the Battle of Passchendaele. And I was wounded at Passchendaele. So it was Halloween night. And that was my end of my war service.
Population had enthusiastically supported Canadian participation in the war, though some nationalist leaders, like Bourassa of Quebec, advocated only limited activity. But as the war continued, enlistments of French Canadians dwindled. As Canadian casualties mounted in Europe, the need for new recruits for Canada to maintain its commitments became more urgent. Political leaders, and even the Church, in an effort to avoid conscription, campaigned for French Canadians to volunteer. Resentment among the English spread, for they felt the French were not pulling their weight. In 1917, after a visit to the troops in Europe, Prime Minister Borden was convinced that conscription was necessary. In May 1918, he announced that selective conscription would be introduced.
My grandfather, for example, he didn't go to the war until the end because they drafted all the French Canadians back. And he went up to...
He should have done like me, get married instead. We had that option. Conscription was not going to come in until May, I believe, and we knew about it beforehand. So, we decided to get married, so we could go to war. I don't mind telling you, I had no reason for wanting to go and fight. And by that time, of course, in the early days, you didn't care too much if you didn't care about going to war, why enlist? Then conscription was coming on. But by that time, we had heard an awful lot about what the conditions were. They were slugging in the mud there all the time. And it's been said that the amount of firing that was being done was causing rain, excessive rains. The mud to their knees in the trenches. And a lot of people came out of there with what were known as French legs. It was just had to wear bandages around their legs all their lives. Nothing else they could do. But I didn't have have anything against anybody out there. Why the hell did I go and get shot? And a lot of people, of course, enlisted because it was a chance to see countries that they probably didn't see otherwise. Nobody thought it was going to be as long as it did, and it was going to be such a tough war. There was a tremendous number of people killed, and a greater number of people wounded. Big lack of injuries that they suffered and contend with for the rest of their lives.
Although some 3,500 miles from the front, Windsor still experienced some degree of alarm and military action. An explosion at the Peabody overall factory in Walkerville awoke residents on the morning of June 21st, 1915. Investigations revealed that an attempt had been made to sabotage the building, in which hundreds of uniforms were being processed for British and Canadian troops. Later, an unsuccessful attempt to destroy the armories was discovered when a powerful detonating cap attached to a clock and 27 sticks of dynamite failed to explode. Suspicion and prejudice, rumor and fact were mixed. Fear and uncertainty burdened the border citizens. The Essex County Home Guard was established, both to relieve the strain and prevent further hostile activities. 100 men kept watch over the dock at the foot of Church Street, the ferry landings, and the Michigan Central Tunnel. Their presence reassured the citizens and stopped the disorders.
I remember when the First World War ended, they had a huge bonfire on Olet Avenue, right beside where the Armories is now. You know, where the Palace Theater is and all those stores. There was no stores or nothing there. It was just a big field beside the Armories. And they collected hundreds and hundreds of crates and boxes and everything. And after dark that night, 11th of November 1918, they lit the bonfire. And they had the whole downtown Windsor was lit up. And I remember the automobiles. Of course, they were very antique automobiles in those days. But everybody was giving everybody a ride.
November 11th, 1918 brought the unspeakable relief of Armistice Day. As it became certain that the armistice had put an end to the fighting, Essex County residents, along with millions of others, rejoiced that the long, long casualty list would now cease, that the suffering and horrible discomfort of the trenches was ended, that the loved ones would soon return home.